think you guys are gonna have to get used to me doing videos in weird glasses and hats because those are kind of some of my things. I wanted to do a quick little review of the 2 Mac Miller tracks that have dropped in the last week or so. There's 100 Grandkids and Break the Law. Now I'm a huge Mac Miller fan. For anyone who knows me knows that he's my favorite artist. But the last few projects of his I have disliked. I was not a big fan of Faces. There were a couple songs like Diablo, but I think that was pretty much the only song that was good. There were some that were not horrible. What was the other one? The crazy Delusional Thomas. What was going on with Delusional Thomas? I mean, I like it because I'm a little quirky, so it was a little fun, but for the entire mixtape to be like that, just a whole mixtape of Delusional Thomas. After I listened to that mixtape, like, I felt like I needed to be medicated. Like, I needed some anxiety medication after that. Like, what was that? Okay, I mean, I listened to it a few times because it's Mac Miller, and I wanted to give it, the best chance. And I think there was 1 or 2 songs that I kind of thought were cool on that album, but I don't think that we needed an entire crazy long mixtape of just ramblings. Drugs or not, I don't know what he was doing, what he wasn't doing, but that was not a piece of work that I think he should have stood behind. You can disagree, that's fine. I also was not a big fan of watching movies with the sound off. I don't know. It was too ethereal for me and weird, and the video for Birds kind of turned me off. I was just really confused by the whole idea. There weren't too many tracks on that I really enjoyed. The title song, the title single, Watching Movies, was pretty good, but I almost felt like he was trying too hard. I mean, it was a nice song. It was a nice song. It was, happy and rainbows. No, it wasn't. It was like a typical rap song where he had a grill and there were women and butts and cars and hydraulics. It was just too much. It wasn't Mac Miller. That whole album and that whole video, there was like red everywhere. I don't know, it made me angry when I listened to it. I didn't feel it. I wasn't into it. I tried to be, again, huge Mac Miller fan. I really tried. I tried. But it didn't really do it for me. But these 2 tracks, when 100 Grandkids dropped and I put it on, it almost listened. My camera is dying. It's not dying. It thinks it's dying. It is wrong. 100 Grandkids, when it dropped, I was kind of like, if I wasn't paying attention, I would have thought it was like an old Mac Miller album that I just hadn't heard. I've heard all of Mac Miller's albums, but you know what I'm saying? It was that vibe that I get from Mac Miller. It sounded like him. It wasn't trying to be ethereal and weird and out there. It wasn't trying to be like Delusional Thomas and crazier. It wasn't trying to be like Faces, which was just, I'm here doing this, big project that you're gonna love. No. It was good. It felt like he wasn't pushing too hard, but he was trying, that he was really in it. His head was in it. It sounded like a good Mac Miller flow. And the video was hilarious. I mean, not, I wasn't laughing out loud or anything, but it was funny. It was good. It was, not like I just said, the Birds video, which was just trying to be ethereal and weird and outside the box. This was just good. It was just fun. And the first half of the video and the song is about, grandkids, and the second half was after he made 100 grand. So the first half is there's kids there and he's dancing and, they're doing a play, and the second half is he's rapping about how he made his first 100 grand, and there's a car with hydraulics in the background, and he's just rapping and doing his thing. It's just simple. He's in a parking lot. He's just being Mac Miller, rapping, and it's amazing, and I loved it. And again, with this battery. Now, Break the Law had a little bit more of an aggressive kind of undertone to it, but I really liked it. It wasn't as, appealing to me as 100 Grandkids was, but it still felt like old Mac Miller. And I don't mean old, like really old, like Easy Mac, Mac and Ain't Easy, I mean like the Mac Miller that I liked, like the Macadelic, Blue Slide Park, that kind of Mac. I really liked it. It had like a nice, it was hard enough, it's rap, it's got that kind of hard, like, I'm doing my thing, I'm rapping about women and money and awesome, but it had like the normal Mac Miller kind of rebellious edge to it, which I liked. And apparently my dog is running around. So it had that kind of Mac Miller edge to it, and it flowed really well. His flow was good. His rhymes were witty and tight in both tracks, 100 Grandkids and Break the Law. And I really expect a lot from this Good AM album coming out September 18th. I really hope it's kind of old Mac Miller with a little new flair, and I'm really looking forward to it. I hope his last few projects aren't an indication of how this is going to be. I hope these last 2 tracks are closer to the core of the album, and I'm really looking forward to having some of that good old Mac Miller. For every time you see that subscribe button and don't subscribe, another person is subjected to Mac Miller's Delusional Thomas mixtape. It's your fault.